there everyone, it's Jo from Creative Empowerment. This is a really great reading that we're doing today. It's all about what you're working on. So I don't know how that's going to show up for you. I don't know what it's going to be about. I haven't filmed anything yet, so I know nothing at this stage. You can see we have 4 piles in front of you. We have 4 crystals already there and waiting. I did pull for each of these cards. I am leaving them up so that you can be drawn to them. I will bring up the crystals, but before I do that, don't forget to like this video if you enjoy it. Please follow me over on Facebook and don't forget to subscribe if you like the way I read. So pile number 1 with regeneration. So I am going to bring them up close so you can see them. Regeneration. It's a number 17 and it's Tarragon. Now I have no idea what we're doing, and this is Preseli Bluestone. Nice grounding stone, very high vibrational. The next card we have is Healing, which is a 37 with geranium, beautiful pink, and just so happened that the beautiful pink quartz wanted to sit with pile number 2 with the lovely pink. I don't know if that's going to stay. Then we have pile number 3, which is in the reverse, and that's Daffodil and Hope, and that's 38. And we have a Lapis Merkaba there, pile number 3. Pile number 4, we have Success with a 20, and that's Peppermint. And we have a clear quartz crystal. So when you know which pile is calling you, as always, please jump ahead to your reading. There'll be timestamps in the description box below. Yeah, let's get stuck into it. See you in your reading. Bye for now. Hi there, pile number 1. If you chose the Preseli Bluestone, which is a very high vibrational stone, very good for grounding and regeneration, which has a fire element down here. We have Aries and a 17, which turns into an 8. And this Tarragon. This is about what you're working on, and part of me feels very confused. So I'm not going to lie, and I'm just going to open it up. We have 3 cards here who at the moment I don't understand what they're telling me. So we're going to just bring some more cards out to see what's going on for you. What are you working on, pile number 1? What is it that's, you know, confusing, conflicting? Oh, okay. Well, the cards are making more sense now that we've got lots of 5s coming out, which tells me about, it feels like a lot of fighting going on. Whether this is internally or externally, and the 3 of Swords showing up feels like this could be, you know, within family, friends, friendship groups, whatever that is. Where do we want to go? Yeah. Feels like you've probably let go of some friends. Where are we going with this one? Up there, over there, because that feels different. Okay, that's going to come in a bit later. So the King of Pentacles, I'm getting quite hot with the King of Pentacles, and I feel like I need to change some cards up. I'm going to put that guy there. He was at the bottom of, there's 2 more cards coming in there. They're going to stay with that. Right. So, oh man, okay. There's a lot of cards that want to come out now. It's really interesting because it's like when I started looking at these cards for you, pile number 1, it was like the cards weren't talking to me. And I feel like that's your energy. Here we go. So there has been a loss here, whether this is friendships, whether this is losses of a loved one, whether this is emotional turmoil. I don't know what we're looking at because I really feel like this group is so very divided, okay? And I don't know what the divide is, how that comes into it, but I do feel like this card is super important and it wants to sit with the regeneration. So I feel like we're dealing with a loss here that you're not processing, that you're not yet ready to even contemplate what that is. This could be a loss of a loved one, and it's still really unfathomable, unprocessable. You know, I can't even face this. This is what I can't face what I'm doing here, which is why I'm finding it so difficult to to process what's going on here, because it's not one person's loss. I'm dealing with a lot of people's loss here. You know, there could have been problems when... So we're talking about multiple things. This is a group reading, so this is why this energy is really conflicting and really, really hard to pinpoint. We are talking about loss of loved ones, loss of a job, loss of health, loss of friendships, loss of relationships. I feel like that they're the main 5 we're dealing with, and I know that's quite a lot in one reading, but there is a lot going on here, which is why it's difficult for me to pinpoint more specifically. The first card, regeneration, is talking about you. It's talking about, like, this sounds very harsh, but it's the direct words that I've been given from Spirit. You getting your act together. Now, I feel like that's super hard from Spirit, but sometimes that's the way these things come across. It's like, no, that's how you need to hear it today. Doesn't mean tomorrow you don't need tea and sympathy, but today you need to hear it's you getting your act together. You have experienced this loss. Something has gone from your life, which feels like it was very important to you. It feels like this has really unraveled something within you that, you know, I feel like you've gone to a dark place. You're really reluctant to move away from this dark place too, which is very challenging to connect to. I do think for a lot of you, this is loss of a loved one. I do feel like that. I feel like here I'm looking at the spirit world, which is why I couldn't connect to these cards when I first saw them, because we're really talking about loss in a very, very different way on a group level than I have really connected with before. So I'm just letting you be aware of that. This loss is very significant. You know, there may have been some harsh words, there's been some crap. I don't even want to describe what that is, but there's been some crap go along with this. This might be, you know, you've lost your job or whatever, and then other people around you haven't been sympathetic. They might not have seen your side of things. They may have thought you were an idiot for, you know, whatever their reasons were. That there feels like judgment here. There feels like people who didn't have your back when you thought, when the chips were down and you thought they should have had your back and they didn't. This is like over here in this quiet corner over here is the Hierophant. And it's telling me that this is a very big spiritual lesson for you that you are working on. And it feels like you might work on it for some time. That won't be appropriate for everybody, because there'll be some of you who've been working on it for a long time. And what I'm talking about now is what you've already been through. You know what I mean? So there'll be different stages of this process for different people. I feel like there are people who've said some really stupid things to you. And I just want to say that, because the Knight of Swords here, it just feels sharp, and it feels like, you know, people just said silly things that they didn't understand, and they didn't understand that was going to hurt you. Even though they thought they were doing the best thing, but they were just idiots. There's quite a lot of that energy here. A lot of flippant people who just put their foot in their mouths, you know what I mean? Like, and I know you know what I mean because you've experienced it. There's some rapid changes ready to happen for you. Now, when I say that, this could be a move, this could be a new job for some of you, this could be a holiday, you know, it could be many different things. But it's a change of pace, and it's something that will really be good for you. It will fill you up. It will make you realize that this is a big energy. These two cards here, like, it's like, like I'm not reading the bottoms. I'm not reading what they're about. This coming in with these cards here, I feel like we're talking about a spiritual dimension. And so for you, this massive stuff that you've been working with, this is what it is for you, okay? It's a leveling up. You're going up another level. So now that I've talked about what this thing is, and it's very uncomfortable, it's not, you know, it's not pretty, it's not happy, and it's deep and it's dark and it's yuck. But what it's bringing into your life is a different story, okay? So it's bringing in gratefulness. it's bringing in fulfillment. Now, for anybody who's lost somebody, I'm really sorry that may sound challenging, but this is a group reading. So for some people, this is what this is going to do. If that's not you, I understand that, and I do apologize. But it's changing who you are. It's like the fabric, the very threads of your existence are being changed by this experience, and it's a rapid growth, okay, which is why it's so challenging. Over here we have the King of Pentacles. I really like this card for you, and I like these cards because there's a change in the wind, which is what I talked about over here. There's new things coming into your life when you're ready, okay? So this is not the kind of thing you need to rush or worry about right now. If you're not at the stage where this is the stuff that's appropriate for you. This is some new opportunities. This is some change. We have the Sun. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. We have the Emperor. We have the King of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Wands. So there's lots of change and excitement and new growth in your life when you're ready. Okay? Because the thing about this is it's grounded. It's on the earth plane. It's there's some successful things here that happen. There's structural changes, there's emotional changes and development within you, and then there's the happiness when you're ready for it. Okay, so there's some big changes coming for you, but they're not now. And as this is a group reading, this won't be appropriate for everyone until, some time has passed. But there's some great cards coming in there for you because the Emperor is talking about that new structure coming into your life. It's not replacing the old. It's not getting rid of anything. It is bringing in a new way of life is the best way I can say about it. But you need to process everything that's gone before. The King of Cups here is talking about emotional fulfillment, and I think I did talk about that over here, and I keep getting those words, so I'm going to use them. It's about understanding partly that we make our own challenges, we make our own lessons in life. Where do you want to go? You want to go up there. There's one more over there. Yeah. So for some of you, it's understanding that when you hold on to the old, then the new can't come in yet. Okay, now this is a specific message for some of you, not all of you. Some of you are holding on to this lack of the old stuff, and you're not ready to go into that newness. And perhaps that's the message that you need to hear today, because you're already working on this, regardless of this reading. You're working on it. But some of you are ready to start anew, and there's others of you that aren't because you haven't put this to rest yet. But that's what we're talking about in this reading. Okay, we're putting it to rest. We're putting the pain, we're putting all of the suffering behind us and moving on. And like I said, not all of you are ready to move on yet. The Chariot in reverse here is talking to me about the movement when it's right, that it's not ready. For most of you, this is not yet. But here, this is, some new relationships. This could be a new life partner for some of you. There could be, this could be a business partnership or a work partnership, or whatever the thing is that you've lost. Whatever it is that you have lost, this is some fulfillment coming. This is a growth, a development, and a happy life. This is knowing, look, we've got the Sun here, we've got the Ten of Cups. Okay, so part number one, there definitely is some new communications, new ideas, new developments around relationships, partnerships, progression of families, if that's what we're looking at here. There is a reluctance within you to move on. We know that. But there is a point where you will, okay? So the point will come. And when the point does come, there's some really hopeful, opportunistic wonderful things that are coming in for you. I have the Two of Cups, the Lovers. So if you are, you know, if this is a loved one that you've lost, or a relationship that you've lost, or a job, you know, this is signifying here that there's some newness is coming in for you, that you know, the happiness that you're looking for is going to come into your life again. It may not be now. We've got the Chariot in the reverse. It's going to come in when you're ready, when you're good and ready, are the words that I'm getting. Thank you for being here, pile number 1. I know this is a challenge, but there are better things to come. So just know that, and thanks for being here. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you have got some value out of it. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a reading. Bye for now. Hi there, pile number 2. Here we have healing and geranium. And we also have the Aries symbol. To me, this is really talking about you being proactive, you making a start, you getting the ball rolling, really realizing that it's time, time to take the blinders, or what do you call them, the blindfold off, and really start delving into your own healing. And it doesn't mean that you'll do it yourself, but it feels like you're going to start letting go of the past. This is a block here. This is you not allowing the emotions to flow, whereas this card here is actually identifying that there is something here that, you know, you need to work on. Just making sure that we're focused. So here we've perhaps this is the past for you, which is what I'm hearing. There's been an you know, like a no-go zone. You didn't want to address this thing. You didn't want to work on it. You were very stuck and stagnant in the way you were thinking about it, is how I'm sort of coming to this pile number 2. And perhaps if you are, you know, maybe you're a little bit stubborn when it comes to some things around this that I'm getting. So this is what you're working on. You're working on this aspect of healing. Now, I've got some other cards here. I don't know where they're going to go, but we're going to put them under here. So I feel like you may have even got pressure from somebody else. You may have been pressured into going and having a checkup, you know, finally addressing this, because it actually, it keeps coming to the fore and you haven't dealt with it, but it's time to deal with it. I have a bit of a lump in my throat. So, you know, perhaps somebody else pushed some buttons to make you feel like, you know, yeah, you know, this is something that you're dealing with, and it's time that you actually dealt with it. You've got the pink quartz, which is perfect for healing. The Hangman, while this is the pause, this is the not wanting to do it, this is the stagnation, it also implies that you are going to change your mind when it comes to these things. You are going to have a fresh perspective, and the words are just popping into my head. So a fresh perspective on your own healing, on where you're going and how to work with whatever this is that's showing up for you. Now I'm super, like I've got so much saliva in my mouth. It's like really, really flowing, which is a good thing. Now we have the Queen of Swords underneath the healing card here. So I feel like there's been quite a time where you haven't known what to do or how to do it. And maybe that's different for you normally. Like maybe normally you're quite a person that knows their own mind. And when it's come to this healing aspect for you, which is what you're working on, it's a bit more challenging, and you've been, you know, you haven't seen it as clearly as you normally would. The moon here right next to the Queen of Swords really does imply that there are things perhaps that you weren't seeing. Maybe even some things that were hidden. I'm also getting the word of about a rift. So perhaps that could be like some sibling rivalry or something like that. Whatever that is, that's only for a few people, obviously. But it's this idea that, you know, that something emotionally may have happened that you've sort of swept under the rug and you haven't wanted to deal with it. And the thing is that it's caused more stuff to go on in your body than you gave it credit for. And the more that I'm connecting to this energy, I'm feeling that, oh yes, now I know. Now I understand now what you're talking about. and you're acknowledging that it's time to put it down. You're still defensive about it. You still aren't allowing yourself to, you know, give into this process, and perhaps that's why you're still working on it, because you're still not raging against it, but you're not surrendering to it. And at this point, I don't feel that you need to surrender. That's not the right word for you, pile 2, but we'll come to, you know, what this is a little bit more here. Yeah, there's still some stuff here that I want to work through, but we're going to jump over here now. So yeah, it does feel like there's been some sort of rift going on, and this could be emotionally, this could be, you know, like frosty communications, all that sort of stuff, or just not seeing things the same way. This could be family, friends, whatever, and perhaps you're working on healing it. Perhaps it's having a you know, so for some of you, because this is a group reading, this is going to be various degrees. For some of you, this is going to make you feel sick in the sense that it doesn't sit well in your body. For others of you, this is causing health concerns because it's exacerbating either anxiety or sleeplessness, or, you know, anything. It can be anything. The Fool is coming in here to show you that there is a new start where this is coming in, that this is where you need to focus your attentions at the moment, healing this rift. The Page of Swords is coming in with... well, it's kind of interesting because part of me is kind of divided there, the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, you know, it could be a new idea about how to approach this situation. It also could be that you might fumble over some of your words, which that's a possibility. And as this is a group reading, you know, we are looking at multiple aspects for different people. So the Page of Swords to me is kind of like, just, you know, choose your words wisely is what I want to say. Choose your words wisely when you're going into this, because the page is not, you know, the page is not experience. The page is just learning. And perhaps that's how you're feeling when it comes to this healing that you're working on between this rift, whatever the rift is. We have a celebration here, so it feels like if you go in with a beginner's mind, if you go in with, you know, I don't know the answers, how can we fix this? You know, how can we fix it together? It's going to be helpful. It's going to... It's interesting. It's going to stop this idea of, I think I know everything. I think I know where I'm going. And forcing my will. You know, the Chariot can be like that. The Chariot can be, I'm going to push my own endeavors against everybody else's. I'm going to do it for myself and for no one else. Whereas this healing is not about that. And so if you're going in with that mannerism, you know, the Knight of Swords reverse, this could be, if you know, there's a potential clash here. The Queen of Swords and Knight of Swords, they're both facing each other with their swords up in the air. They're both reversed. I see that we also have the Eight of Cups reversed. And again, we're all sitting on this energy line here, which is all about stuckness, prohibition. I don't know where that comes in. Perhaps deceit, not trusting, definitely not trusting going on here. There are 2 cards about walking away from this situation. But I feel like this walking away is... you have to do it in awareness. You have to be aware of what you're doing and steer yourself to the calmer waters. This card here is in the reverse. So it's really talking about tread lightly, tread carefully, watch your tongue. We've got the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. Watch communications with family members. We're coming up to a time which is a difficult time for some people, for lots of people. Let's get serious. It doesn't matter when you're seeing this reading though, but watch communications, watch words. There is a potential healing here between this rift. This is a great card for that. This is a card of collaboration, coming together and making things work. You've got some really good cards piled too, and I can't see that very well there. So I'll move that. I don't know where I want to go with that one. But there's also these potential cards here that friction might happen. This is a balancing of things, but we do have the potential for friction. So just be careful. You are working on this healing, but you're also teetering on this fine line of watch what you say. be careful of your words, because these two cards here, there's a potential for a blow up, which could, you know, because this is a group reading, this is multiple energies all combining, but there is a potential for some of you to want to walk away from this. But if you do choose to walk away, you're choosing to walk away for the right reasons, and you'll move towards calmer waters. But if you go in with my way or the highway, which is this Ace of Wands, if you go in too passionately, you know, there is the potential to create more conflict here. We have the King of Wands. The King of Wands knows his own mind. He is assertive. He's ready to pounce, and he can be a bit fiery. So we have the potential, and I keep getting this underneath the deck, we keep getting the Magician. So I'm showing you that to you because you have the capacity and the ability to change and shape what happens here. So you have a very, very important role. This is your life, of course, and you are the starring character in your life. You are not a bit player. But you have to take the responsibility that comes with that as well. You are not a bit player. Your actions matter. So whatever you go in with, the kind of energy that you go in with, that matters. You know, if you're going in with a blunt instrument to do a fine operation, don't know where these words are coming from, you're going to make a pig's ear of it, okay? But if you go in consciously, which is the Hermit is, you know, focus on internally what it is that you want to create. Focus and meditate, and, you know, seek your own counsel. And so that when you go in as the King of Wands, that you're going in as the higher mind of the King of Wands. He's upright here. So he's showing us that he's ready to, you know, to deliberate, to debate, but also to make peace. The Magician here is the key. We've got the Hermit, we've got, you know, if the situation gets out of hand, leave the situation. Watch your words. You are in control here. Come from this higher aspect of yourself. And this, I love this card. And this will all work out for you. I love that card. That is your final card today, pile 2. We are going to stick on that because that is perfect. You are in control here. You need to remember that. Other people may affect your energy at certain times, but this is about coming back to you. It's about knowing that you are capable of more than, you know, than you may choose to do it. Sometimes we let people get to us. We don't mean it, but we let them get to us. But the world here is showing you that at your best, you can handle anything. And that's what I want to leave you with. Thank you for being here. If you've enjoyed this, please give it a big thumbs up. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought. And I hope to see you in the future. Bye for now. Hi there, pile 3. If you chose the Lapis Merkaba, I hope that's focusing because I can't see very well in here. And the Hope or the Daffodil card, then this is your reading today. And this is all about what you're working on. So this may be consciously or unconsciously. Now, you're the first person that I've said that to, or the first group that I've said that to, because I feel like this is a bit more subverted. Because we've got the Hope in the reverse, I feel like this is happening internally, not externally. So this may be something that you're working on in the background, or it may be being worked on in your life, and it's not up front. It's not the center of focus, you know, like, there's a lot of different ways I could describe this. It's not overt. That's the best way that Spirit is giving me to explain that. We also have the Forgiveness card here. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Well, and I'm being told that I'm in this group. Thank you, Spirit. Not always. Because this, you know, look, this is what it's about. You can hope for a better future. You can want all of these wonderful things for yourself. But unless you actually start doing the work, which is some of the hardest work you may do in your entire life, when someone has done something wrong to you, or someone has hurt you in a way that is really difficult to move beyond. Forgiveness is blocking you, and forgiveness is blocking you, not them. Okay, so I'm going to be really blunt, and I know this, and my body's quite shaky just saying some of these words, because I do know this is my pile. I'm hoping and praying that I'm doing the right thing. I'm hoping and praying that I am, improving, that I am being a better person. And for some of you, me saying being a better person might be a little bit challenging. Okay, that's the bottom of the deck energy there. I'm just going to leave it there. I may pull some more cards as we go along, but I've been pulling a lot of cards without explaining what's going on here. I feel like for this group, pile 3, you've been working through a lot of stuff. You've been working on your own stuff. You've been working on healing you, which is, it's a very challenging thing. You may not have been physically doing all of the healing, but you've been working on that, and you've been working quite hard at it. But there's this one aspect that is holding you back. There's this one aspect that's not allowing your life to flow in the way that you want it to. And I know that's challenging, because it's challenging me too. Because I know that there is this, which is why I know that I'm in this group. Because resentment, and when you don't forgive people, it is stopping you from moving forward. I know you want to move forward. I know you're preparing to move forward. You've been very, very, very ready to move forward. The 8 of Cups here is you preparing. It is you ready to leave, your past behind you. The King of Swords, in your mind, your mind the right thing. And when I'm saying that you're not forgiving someone, it doesn't mean you're not trying. It doesn't mean that you don't know that that's what you need to do. However, there's a block here still, because the resentment is still showing up. The forgiveness is not absolute. You've not emptied, it's like I can see scales, the scales of judgment. And instead of saying, that you're going to release everything, it's like you're just keeping this last bit. Maybe to remind yourself of what it was before, whatever that's happened to you. Maybe it is to, I don't know what it is. But the thing is, it's weighing you down. It's keeping you heavier. It's stopping you from moving on. Now, we have the 5 of Pentacles here. And oh gosh, and then there we go. Look, this is the energy that you're moving away from, okay? This is the energy that you're processing, or that you have yet to process. The heartache, the feeling left out, feeling like nobody loves you, feeling like, that you don't fit in, that you don't belong. I could probably go on for a really long time about this stuff, okay? But this stuff. I don't need to go on about it, because you know it, because it's the thing that's stopping you from progressing. It is the thing that you have yet to release, okay? So you're hoping, you're praying, but you're not actually getting where you want to go. That's the shortest way I can say it. You want to go. The Fool here in this reverse is telling me that the rebirth, it's there, it's coming. And we've got celebratory cards over here. So, this thing is going to happen for you because you want it to happen. Now, there's some of you, I know that when I said you want it to happen, there's others, there's some of you who kind of went and pulled into themselves, like squeezing in, because part of you may feel different when it's gone. Part of you may not know who you are when it's gone. Now, that's a really bizarre kind of thing to say, but I can feel that in my body, that without it, who will you be? You may not know who you're going to be without it. There may be too many choices. You may feel too confused. This is a card of confusion, and it's in the reverse card. In the reverse position. We also have the Heart here. We also, this is interesting. We've also got all these other options for you. We've got the Lotus, we've got the Heart, we've got Success, we've got Mountains to Climb, we've got Healing, and then we've got 2 others that I don't know what they are in this specific circumstance. But you are working on yourself. That's the big picture. All this stuff's happening around you. You're working on you. And when you actually let go, you're frightened that none of this will happen or that you'll have nothing left in these cups. But as you can see, they're not all falling out. They're still there. And it'll be up to you to choose the right one for you. The idea of having too much choice or no choice, I know frightens you, but I want you to know that Spirit has a plan. And just because you don't understand the plan doesn't mean you need to be fearful of the plan. I know that's a very challenging thought. The Empress here, this is that mothering energy, and perhaps some of this stuff may relate to that for you. You know, perhaps the Empress is coming in here as this, as gratitude, abundance, but it also could be that mother figure. And perhaps, you know, we do have quite a lot of single energies going on here. It could be related to families. It could be a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things here, because this is a group reading, that this could relate to. So, you know, take what resonates for you. We've also got the Three of Pentacles reverse, which is the collaboration card. And yes, you have felt like an outsider, pile 3. You have been trying to fit in. You have been trying to make life work so that it works for you, but that you also can connect to other people. And here we have the cards of where you're going. You know, you are going to have some choices, and the choices are good choices to make, because it means that your life is progressing, is opening up. Because there has been a lot of points for you where life has been shut down, where things have not been progressing, where you've not made progress, or you've felt like you're in quicksand. The Empress here is talking about you getting up and above it too. See how that the Empress glides over the land? It's not down, like, whereas a lot of these cards are on the ground. This bird is flying, so this bird is talking to you about whatever this wound is, whether it's related to losing money, losing a friendship, losing a loved one, your mother or some mother figure in your life, a female boss, whatever. It's time to heal that. Whatever that is for you. You can't hang on to it and move forward. There is no choice of that. This is a big line here. You'll keep going through this. You'll keep having a lot of hope. You'll keep wanting to forgive, but you don't get anywhere. Now, I know you, in your mind, you are very certain about what you want, but part of you doesn't trust this process. This is the Fool. The Fool doesn't trust this. The Fool thinks that I'm going to fall off the cliff instead of, oh, something's going to catch me. This is the thing. At the very bottom of all this energy, you don't trust what's going to happen. You don't believe that people are going to be there for you. And so for a lot of you, this feels like you are working on, you know, one of your biggest spiritual lessons in this lifetime, which is why when you get it, there'll be so many more options coming available for you. But the thing is, you may decide that you actually know what you want much more clearly once you have worked this out. And I've got a lot of conflicting energy going through my body. Maybe some of you are thinking that's too simple, that won't work, you know, a whole heap of stuff like that. But what I am seeing for you in the future is the Four of Wands. This is a celebration card. This is a card of coming together. We have it with the Sun. These, I had them sitting close to the forgiveness card. When this works for you, this hope, this daffodil, this joy, this is the stuff that you're bringing in. You're not bringing in a worse situation by letting go of something that has been so painful that you feel like it is part of you. You can't move forward unless you let it go, because if you believe that it's part of you, if you want to hang on to this so much that it's ingrained in you, that it's part of your DNA, that it's part of your structure, then why on earth would the universe give you something that is not an identical match for that? If you are this thing and this is where you want to go, these things are not, there's going to butt up against each other. There's no way of moving forward. Things can change when similarities, when things, you know, meet each other. I don't know if my hand gestures are really good ways of showing this, but in my head I know what I'm doing. I know that you letting go of this is hard. I know that there's part of you that is very reluctant to do this because you believe that someone has done wrong to you, and I'm not doubting that that is the case, because you wouldn't hold on to this unless you believed it. Pile number 3. But this is about knowing that, you see the sun in this card. I always see this when I look at this card. Well, not always actually, but the donkey it's like it's looking back because it's not trusting. And whereas the crow's bringing in new life. The crow's right in front of the sun. It's ready to take flight, or settle. It's up to it. The donkey is plodding along and it's not trusting that the sun will come out tomorrow, whereas the crow is bringing in that freshness. But you have to decide to let it go, because this is only available when you do this. The stuff you're working on is only available when you're ready to let it go. The Knight of Swords here is going backwards. So to me, this is telling me that there's still part of you, even when you start making progress, part of you will want to go back and say, yeah, but they still did this to me. Yeah, they probably did. And I know, having that acknowledged, having that listened to, so you may need some counselling, you know what I mean? Like the Knight of Swords, communication is highlighted here. The Queen of Cups, this is an emotional card. This is also a psychic card. This is a creative card. These two cards here together might be talking to you about having some counselling to get through the old stuff. But if your counselling doesn't help you get over it, then find another counsellor. If the counsellor helps you stay stuck, keeps you building a bigger mountain to have to undo, there is a challenge here for you, pile 3, continuing to go backwards, and I've said, I'm in this pile. I don't know myself how to go beyond the things that I haven't let go of yet. I'm still working on that too, but I'm asking for help. I'm going out and finding help. And this is the thing. You are a sensitive soul, I believe. You may be someone who's a little bit quick to anger or unable to express yourself when you want to. But the thing is, Spirit wants you to work this out. You're not here to fall down. You're not here to get to the hurdle and not be able to get over it. You are here to work through it. So the more you ask for help, and I'm going to bring in another card for you, pile number 3. Okay, so here we have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles in the reverse can be you making a decision, but to me feels more like it's like you let your self-esteem get in the way. So you're letting your self-esteem get in the way of you solving the problem. So you don't want to appear, you don't want to appear as if you're wrong. You don't want to appear as if you might have been a party to this, or that there's part of you that is still hanging on to it. There's a lot of emotional ups and downs that need to be released. The High Priestess understands this process, and it's a very balanced approach. The number 2, it's about coming into the balance. And we've got that here too. We've really got the balance coming in for you. We also have the Ten of Pentacles here. This could be family related. I think I've already said that. You may feel like someone has stolen something from you. You may feel deceived. You may feel all of these things. It's about bringing this into balance now. It's about cutting your losses, so to speak. And I know for some of you that this, whatever the wrong has been done, might be extremely painful. And it may be something that you will never forget. Okay? I'm not asking you to forget it. I'm asking you to forgive, and not because that does anything to that person. I'm asking you to forgive because it does it for you. Now, that's a great card to come at the end there. I've got another card, which is the bottom of the deck. So we have the Death card. It is putting it to rest finally and forever. Finally and forever. Part of me goes, how does that happen, right? This is a lot about self-esteem for you. And your self-esteem has been suffering because of whatever this is. It's time to put it down. It's time to let it go. It's not hurting anyone else but you, and you know that. And the thing is, you're often looking at yourself from the outside, thinking, wondering how people perceive you, and wondering, whether people think you're mad or wrong or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's time to stop thinking like that, and it's time to start thinking of, what would my life be like when it's gone? Who will I be when it's gone? You have the strength to get over this. You have the strength to move forward. The death card showing up here in this final last gasps of this reading is telling me that you can do it. And it's like, it's assured, You have the strength, you have the abilities to do this. You just have to make that decision that it's time, and then call on your arsenal of help. Spirit guides, counselors, whoever they are, friends, family, whoever they are, get some help. Ask Spirit for signs and symbols to help you move forward. There is hope here for you, but you don't need hope, because the thing I know about this is that this is coming to an end for you. Hope you've enjoyed this reading. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you in the future. Remember to please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Bye for now. Hi there, pile number 4. If you chose the success card, then this is your reading, and obviously you have the key to success too, which I absolutely love. I feel like you're my movers and shakers in this group. I feel like you are somebody who's been working on something or for something for a very long time. So that's interesting that I said on or for. So you could be in a collaborative thing that you've been working on or with people, and because of the Libra card, the Libra symbol here, I feel like it's not necessarily just a solo project, because Libra is all about working with others and fair, sort of, what's the word, magnanimous? I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway. But yes, I feel like this could be a group project for some of you, and we have quite a few animal cards there. We have Lizard, Dream Time. Pay attention to your dreams and visions. So perhaps you're getting messages in your dreams about the things that you're working on. We have Speak Less and Listen More for Koala. So again, we have, that idea of so we have this like speak less and listen more. So we have this again, this idea of working with others and working with them in a way that's conductive for, collaboration rather than top-down authority. And then we have on the other side the authority card, which is the moose. You know what is best for you. So perhaps there's a little bit of division going on. So what you're working on might be that you are working on a group goal or in a group project, but perhaps there's part of you that maybe you're starting to think about things for yourself. Okay, this is interesting because we have the magic over here, own your power. So, and then we've got the 5 of Wands, which is, squabbling. So I talked over here about that. So there's some new energies coming in here, because you are a person that's going to succeed in anything you do. That's how you feel. It's how you come across. But there is definitely something going on here that is not what you're planning for. It's not exactly the way you thought it was going to go. Doesn't mean that there hasn't been success and that there won't be success in the original plan. However, when I look at these cards on this side that are dealing with not necessarily defined as the past, but they feel either past or present or current. Current is more sort of what I'm feeling, but some of these things may have happened previous to this day. Oh my goodness, don't get me started on this kind of talking, because I'll work myself into a hole. Okay, what I'm getting at is some of these events may have happened in the past. We have the 5 of Pentacles. This is you feeling left out. This is you feeling like you don't fit in. Maybe that the group works well, but maybe you don't feel like you work that well with the group. Maybe you are normally a loner. Maybe you are someone who likes to have the last say, who likes to, you know, to bring your ideas to fruition on your own, you know. So I feel like there's some challenges here when it comes to this group idea. And perhaps it is that you've either left a situation or are thinking of leaving a situation, because I do have harmony here. There's some group harmony dynamics, but I do have the absolute antithesis of that too, which is feeling left out. We have the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Cups. These are cards of balance and bringing things into balance, but they're action cards. Something is going to happen. The Eight of Wands talks about movement, change, something happening really quite fast. We have the Eight of Cups. That's talking about getting ready to leave a situation, but it's the type of, you're ready to leave on your own terms. You get things sorted before you go, yeah? There's a reason for you going, and you make sure that you get it all right before you move. The Knight of Pentacles there, while I was talking about that, tells me that, you know, I feel like you might be reluctant to go, and that it'll be quite a slow moving. It could even be that there's a delay or a stagnation, and now that card's coming out, that's quite possible too. I do have the Moon sitting under there. I'll bring that out. There's something here that I'm not seeing or you're not seeing. There's something that's not being perhaps exposed or talked about, even, is the words that I want to say. And they're sitting underneath the delay. So perhaps you have a feeling around the success of this project. Perhaps you either, I feel like I'm dealing with two ways. One is people want to stay because they see that there's a possibility here that this will work out. And then there's another group of you who are ready to leave, and there may be some things that you're holding on to, or that are stopping you from moving forward. But yeah, I think that those things are getting less and less by the day for that particular group. And for that particular group, I feel like you have really made your mind up, and you're ready, pretty much ready to go, for something new to come in, ready for the happiness that you thought this thing was going to bring. And that part of your process, part of you doing this is for you to step up and realize that there's some things on offer that you probably, I feel like you know where you want to go. You don't know how to get there. You thought this might be a side journey. You thought this might be a way of getting there without doing too much work. There's that aspect, you know, the lizard's lazing. You know, he's like, I want the success, but I don't know if I can put in the work. And that feels like a very, it feels really quite strong for a lot of you. Okay, so there's a lot of confusion around this side, which is, do I stay? Do I go? I want to go. I don't like it. I do want to go. I don't really like this. Do you know what I mean? Like you're self-confirming a lot. And there we have the Ten of Swords. You'll go when you're ready. Okay, so that's the best thing I can tell you. When you're ready for this bright new day, that's when it's going to start coming in for you. So, you know, we've got these cards down here, which is, it's really funny because I've become very breathless just thinking about the future. So, you know, I feel like there's a lot of you who are really struggling to think about how the future might look, because the future's not certain for you, because it's part of you that trusts yourself, and there's a big part of you that doesn't trust yourself. You know what's best for you. You do. You are a strong, powerful manifester. You are. It's like you're a magnet for success, but the thing is, at the moment, you're allowing every other magnet to block the success. Okay, because this is here for you. This is what all of this crap is built on, right? Is built on the Ace of Pentacles, the World, and the Ten of Cups. This is what is meant to happen, and all of this shit on top, excuse the language, is the stuff you allow to happen because you are not believing in yourself. Because that's what these cards here are telling me, okay? It's like there's a massive door here. that you're ready to walk through, or you're not ready, sorry, you're not ready to walk through. And there's a big door here, and this will just keep accumulating on top of it and on top of it, another layer, until you're ready to, where's the key? There's the key there. Till you're ready to admit the shit that's not working and let it go, okay? You stop hanging on to it. And I'm sorry that we're talking to you the way this is, but it's just the way it's coming out. You know what's best for you. You have so much power within you. You have, at times you doubt your own mind, but I know that you know, okay? You know what's best for you. You doubt it. You doubt it. You think, you come with this mind where you think, oh no, I'm probably wrong. No, I've been wrong before in the past. You doubt yourself, but you know what's going on here. I'm moving these cards up because I've got some more to come in. You allow other people to sway your opinion. It might be that your intimate relationship, you know, that you think more about that than yourself, that your friends, your family, whoever these people are, you put this above yourself, and there's time for change is here. Otherwise you wouldn't be listening to me because you would have turned me off by now. So what have we got here? When you're ready to say this is not what I want, that's when this is going to change, okay? Because you are a very strong person. This is what you're meant to be living. You're working on all this other crap because you're not prepared to say no. When the universe gives you some shit, say no, I'm not taking it. I am here for better things, okay? And I'm being really forceful and really stern with you. I do apologize. The King of Cups. Stop looking backwards. Stop looking at the pain and making the pain be more blown up in your life than it is. Now, I do apologize because, you know, there's things that need to process. There's some stuff that you are not happy about that you didn't want to happen. Stop accepting what the universe gives you if it's not what you want. You have to say no to it because you'll keep getting this shit. You'll keep going backwards. You'll keep getting the heartache until you reject it. Okay? I know I'm being so firm, and I don't like talking like this, but this is the way I'm being instructed to give it to you. We have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So look, you know your own mind. You know what you're here to do on the earth plane. You really do. Now, if you're doubting that you know, it'll come. And the thing is, like when I say it'll come, it's not true because you do know. You just don't want to accept it at this point. You do know the choices that you need to make because the King of Pentacles has the earth plane sorted, yeah? They don't ask everybody their opinion when they're going to do something. They don't check with their partner when there's something that they know about. They don't say, oh, honey, do you think I should do this when it's related to you? They do what they know to be right for them. And this Queen of Wands is exactly the same energy. The Queen of Wands is here. She knows her own mind. She's very passionate, but she's got a detached passion and here I've got the King of Wands coming in. And so you've got all of this big, hard-hitting energy that's coming in for you. I know there's some anxiety going on at the moment for you. You know, there's some stuff that you're still working through. There's some stuff that you're not willing to put down, and that's the stuff that you've got to work on. It's like you're programmed for success, but you're not living it. And I know that that's really hard to hear, and I don't like saying it. Get yourself a clear quartz and program it with the success that you want. If it is to, clear up your relationship, then program it with that. If it is to make sure that your work life is a success, then do that. Whatever this is, it's time you put it down, okay? Because it's creating a lot of friction and a lot of shit in your life that you do not need. You are working on trying to balance the past. I know. I know why you're doing it. I get it. You're trying to make everything perfect for everybody else but yourself. And that is the problem that you're creating in your own life. Stop making problems for yourself by trying to make everybody else's life better and not your own. The King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, they're both at opposite ends here. You are someone who can manifest your dreams. The Magician is not here, but the Success card is here. The World card is here. The King and Queen of Wands, they're fiery, they're passionate, and they have something to do because they've got a passion that won't be extinguished by others. And that's something that you're here to do. And this stuff here, this is all happening because you're not expressing that highest version of yourself. And I know that that is super challenging for you. I'm going to pull one more card for you. I'm asking for one more card anyway. Okay, so a lot of cards flew out. But there was 2 cards that were upright and there were 2 cards that stuck to the others. So that's, you're getting those. And I'm also going to put what was on the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Cups. This upheaval in your life, this shit that's happening at the moment, is to force you into doing something about the situation that you're in. There is a celebration coming for you when you get rid of the crap. This is the Death card, and sitting next to, so there are 2 cards that were upright, were these 2. So there's some celebrations coming. There is a leveling up for you, but it's in the reverse because you're resisting it. You're resisting it, you're resisting it. You know, 3 cards that are saying what you want is coming. The emotional fulfillment, the happiness. When you stop, oh goodness, look at that. We've got the 6 of Cups and then the 6 of Cups reversed. The guidance is to let go of feeling that you need to fill everybody up. You got to stop that shit. Sorry, being very blunt with you. You've got to stop filling everyone up. You've got to stop hanging on. This is you hanging on to the old because you want this. You think that the way you're going to get it is if you make everyone else happy, being a people pleaser. You've got to stop it. The Death card is here to tell you that you can't keep going backwards. It's time to move forwards and let go of this stuff. This is what these cards are talking about. You will level up when it's time for you to level up. But the uncomfortable stuff that is currently in your life is there because you won't let go. Now, you may have chose 2 because there was another group that had similar energies, different but similar. I know this has been very challenging to listen to, and I do apologize for the message. However, I am just the communication tool and not the, where it comes from. Hope you've got some value out of this. If you have, please give it a big thumbs up. Please make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a reading. Bye for now.